Well, we recently arrived on North Manitou Island and we've had lunch and we're about to leave the ranger station and head towards the cemetery. So here's a little bit of what we're seeing right here. Most of the other groups have left. There's still one group here. We had a nice large lunch. This is always a nice place to visit. It's been 10 years at least since we've been here, but great place. This is one of the trees on the beach area just south of the, actually 3 miles south of the ranger station. That's where we camped last night. Yep. Branches drop all the way to the ground.
This is an oak tree. And it's got maples under it.
Yep.
Well, they're trying to push it out.
It'll be another 100 years before they push that one out. Well, wandering around on some unmarked trails pretty much. Found this old car. Of course it was on 3 Club's data that he sent me. But we're just a little ways off the beach. Really nice camping spot right over there in the trees. Yep. Not sure if this is the grave that 3 Club had marked or not, but got a batch of flat rocks. And a little depression, which is a little kind of unusual. We'll follow a little farther and see if we can find anything else. Got some kind of a remnants of something tied in a tree here. Deer skull playing something. What'd you say?
Not seen this one.
No, I think this is a place we've never been. I don't know if it's got a name to it here or not. We may have to find it later. But on the edge of a great big clearing, probably about half to 3/4 of a mile from the east shore. Walked into another old homestead here. Got some old sleigh runner stuff. Remains of a nice big barn. Galvanized barrel. Pretty well fallen in. Here in the field they had a couple of nice concrete cisterns probably. And there's a couple of farm implements here and there. Here's some more of the house from the homestead here. Pretty much going back to nature. They had lath and plaster though.
Yeah.
The remains of one of their old cook stoves here. And some pretty nice iron, decorative. And there's a leg. We're at Johnson's camp on the west side of the island. Had a nice hike today. We've had dinner. We've had a little swim in the lake. We've got water. Had a nice little bourbon we shared. And I come back from a minute and here's Ann using both hammocks. She's very comfy. Did you have a good day? I wore you out, huh? Okay. Well, it's only 7 o'clock Another hour till hiker midnight, and then we'll probably get up and go again in the morning. Here we are at Swenson's farm. Walked into some of the old farmstead, and there's 2 snakes up on top of the building here. Sunning themselves, probably living off the chipmunks. They're living pretty fat. This may have been, well, there's a pump over in the deal here, so some kind of a pump jack. Probably had a windmill on it. Galvanized water trough. Oh, there he is. Yep. Mr. Snake's been living here long enough to have a...
Actually, there's another snake.
Yeah, there's 2 snakes.
Curled.
Oh, geez, there's about 4 of them.
They're curled up into the... And, oh, there's another one over there. Oh my God.
There's a bunch of them in there.
Visual, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 for sure. I think that's 2 coiled up.
Yeah, there is 2, at least 2 up there. Another one down there. So we got at least 5 of them right here.
Yep.
Snake skins all around.
As far as I'm going. I like snake. No, here's another one. Another snake.
Oh, there's another one right at our feet.
Other people would be screaming and running.
That's true.
But we're not.
Nope.
We don't want to molest them, so.
And back over this way is the barn, which we'll get a few more pictures of in a minute. And here's some of the barn. And they've got the doors uncovered now. They were covered last time we were here. Big barn.
Actually, it goes way out.
Yeah, here we are inside of a portion of Swenson's barn. Yeah, a few old wagon parts, an old fish net, and that looks like an old harrow or planter or something. The thing is in remarkably good shape. They replaced some of the walls here and there. I think one year, long ago, they found this barn in the spring full of dead deer where they came in to get out of the storm and couldn't get out, starved to death in this place. So they cleaned it out, and they had closed off all of the entries, but now they've opened them back up. This is upstairs in the hay mound. They had a really big barn. Had lots of room for lots of winter forage. I guess if you, of course they had milk cows and horses downstairs. So if you had all of these animals, you'd have to have a big place to store the food to feed them. Lake Michigan shoreline. Pilings out there from the old town of Crescent, where they used to load lumber and apples off this island to the steamships and send to Chicago. A few other hikers on the beach down there. A lot of people actually just hike the perimeter of the island on the beach. This is one of the cottages here on Cottage Row on North Manitou Island. It was last known as the Blossom Cottage and was commissioned to be designed and built by an unknown architect at the time, Frank Lloyd Wright. They're trying to preserve this house. They put a new roof on it. The corners of the building are a little weak, so they've got some cribbing to hold them up. But very nice little cottage here. We did spend our extra day on the island, and we are getting off on Wednesday. And the boat ride over is a little bit rough. We're having to do 2 tacks, each across the waves, and then 2 travel down the wave to get back over to Leland. We've been on the water probably a little over an hour. And don't know if you can tell how much we're pitching here, but